Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode of Switch Mania. I am Clarence and today we are going to talk about the 30 games that are on sale on the eShop right now. If you're a Nintendo Switch owner, then you know that there are so many amazing games out there to choose from. But with so many great titles available, it can be hard to decide which ones to pick up. That's why I've put together this list of 30 must-have Nintendo Switch eShop deals that I think you'll love. So without further ado, let's get your game on with this 30 must-have Nintendo Switch eShop deals available now. To start up our list is Chicken Police Painted Red. Chicken Police Painted Red is a unique detective game developed by the Wild Gentleman and published by Handy Games. The game is set in the fictional city of Clawville, where you play as two chicken detectives trying to solve a dangerous case. The game features a unique art style where all the characters are anthropomorphic animals, and the game's story and dialogues are full of humor, wit, and references to film noir classics. As the game progresses, you explore the city of Clawville, interrogate suspects, solve puzzles, and uncover a dark conspiracy that threatens to engulf the city. The game's story is engaging and keeps you hooked until the very end, with multiple endings and branching storylines. The game's graphics are stunning, with hand-drawn backgrounds and characters that give the game a unique charm. The voice acting is top-notch, with each character having a distinct personality and voice that adds to the game's immersion. Overall, Chicken Police Painted Red is a must-play for anyone who loves detective games with a unique twist. Next is The Darkside Detective. The Darkside Detective is a humorous supernatural detective adventure game developed and published by Spooky Doorway. Set in the town of Twin Lakes, players control Detective Francis McQueen and his sidekick, Officer Dooley, as they investigate strange and bizarre occurrences in the town. The game is divided into 6 cases, each with their own unique story and cast of characters. The game's pixel art style and quirky sense of humor contribute to its charm as players encounter supernatural beings such as ghosts and demons while solving puzzles and interviewing suspects. The game also features a variety of Easter eggs and references to pop culture, adding an extra layer of fun for players to discover. While the game is relatively short, with each case taking around 30 minutes or an hour to complete, its humor, engaging characters, and intriguing mysteries make it a delightful experience. The Darkside Detective is a must-play for fans of point-and-click adventure games and supernatural stories. Next up is It Takes Two. It Takes Two is a cooperative action-adventure game developed by Hazelight Studios and published by Electronic Arts. The game follows the story of Cody and May, a couple on the verge of divorce who are magically transformed into dolls and must work together to fix their relationship and return to their human forms. The game's gameplay mechanics revolve around cooperative play, with each player controlling one of the two characters and their unique abilities to solve puzzles and progress through the game's level. The game's storyline is presented in a light-hearted and humorous tone, with themes of love, forgiveness, and self-reflection. It Takes Two features stunning graphics, imaginative environments, and a lively soundtrack that complements the game's whimsical atmosphere. The game also offers a variety of minigames and challenges that add to the game's replayability. Overall, It Takes Two is a delightful and charming game that showcases the power of collaboration and communication. It is a must-play for anyone who enjoys cooperative gameplay and a heartwarming story. Next on the list is Crawl. Crawl is a multiplayer action game developed and published by Powerhook. The game features local and online multiplayer modes, where up to 4 players control heroes attempting to survive in a dungeon while one player controls the monster trying to kill them. The gameplay of Crawl is focused on dungeon crawling, with players fighting against monsters and collecting loot as they progress through the levels. The game is structured in a series of rounds, with each player taking turns as the hero and the monster. The game's art style is a combination of retro and modern, with pixelated graphics and smooth animations. The sound design is also noteworthy, featuring an eerie and atmospheric soundtrack that adds to the game's overall tone. Overall, Crawl is an engaging and fun multiplayer experience that offers a unique take on dungeon crawling. The game's combination of retro graphics, modern gameplay mechanics, and creepy atmosphere make for a memorable gaming experience. Next is Rogue Legacy 2. Rogue Legacy 2 is the sequel to the popular roguelite game Rogue Legacy. Developed by Cellar Door Games, it offers similar gameplay to the original, but with new features, improved graphics, and more content. The game takes place in a procedurally generated world, and the objective is to explore dungeons, defeat enemies, and collect treasures. However, when the player character dies, they are replaced by one of their heirs, with different traits and abilities. This adds a unique layer of strategy as players must choose which heir to continue with based on their strength and weaknesses. In Rogue Legacy 2, players can now choose from different classes, each with their own unique abilities, and there are also new biomes biomes, and bosses to discover. The game also features a new castle building mechanic, where players can spend their collected treasure to build and upgrade the castle, unlocking new content and abilities. Overall, Rogue Legacy 2 builds on the strengths of the original game while adding new features and content to keep players engaged. Next up is Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation is a survivor horror game developed by Creative Assembly and published by Sega. Players take on the role of Amanda Ripley, the daughter of the Alien movie protagonist Ellen Ripley, as she investigates the disappearance of her mother 15 years after the events of the first film. The game takes place on a decommissioned space station where Amanda must avoid and outsmart a single, relentless alien stalking her throughout the game. The game's emphasis on stealth and survival mechanics create an intense and terrifying atmosphere, with the alien serving as a truly formidable and unpredictable foe. The sound design is excellent, adding to the tension and immersion of the game. Overall, Alien Isolation is the must-play for fans of the Alien franchise and survival horror genre. It offers a unique and thrilling experience with an engaging story, solid gameplay mechanics, and impressive visuals and sound design. The game's emphasis on stealth and survival mechanics may not appeal to all players, but those who enjoy these elements will find a highly immersive and challenging experience. Next is Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is the sequel to the successful Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, a turn-based tactical RPG that combined characters from the Super Mario and Rabbids franchise. In this latest installment, Mario and his friends are joined by their Rabbid counterparts and 3 new heroes to stop a mysterious monster called Cursa, who has infected the galaxy with dark mess. The game features 5 vibrant worlds, each colonized by Rabbids, and offers a mix of puzzles, secrets, and quirky characters. The battles in Sparks of Hope are different from those in its predecessor, with heroes moving freely across the map and limited only by their range and until they fire their weapon. To help facilitate the havoc, each hero now has a unique weapon, and Sparks equipable Rabbid Lumas have been introduced, providing a wide range of powerful effects. The game offers creative combinations and quick strategies to clear battles but lacks a challenge, as the battles do not require a clever way to overcome improbable odds. Nevertheless, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope provides a fun and fluid experience that will appeal to fans of tactical RPGs and the Mario and Rabbids franchises. Next on the list is Valkyria Chronicles 4. Valkyria Chronicles 4 is a tactical role-playing game developed and published by Sega, set in an alternate reality version of Europe during World War II. The game follows Squad E of the Atlantic Federation as they fight against the Eastern Imperial Alliance. Players control a squad of soldiers on a battlefield using a mix of turn-based and real-time combat system to complete missions and objectives. The game features a variety of unique characters, each with their own personality, backstory, and combat abilities. Players can customize their squad's weapons, abilities, and classes to fit their playstyle. The game also introduces new mechanics, such as the Grenadier class, which can launch explosive shells at long distances. Overall, Valkyria Chronicles 4 has been praised for its engaging story, memorable characters, and refined gameplay mechanics. However, some critics noted that the game's difficulty can be unforgiving, and the story's pacing can feel slow at times. Nonetheless, the game is a great addition to the tactical RPG genre and is highly recommended for fans of the series. Next is Fuga, Melodies of Steel. Fuga, Melodies of Steel is a turn-based RPG developed and published by CyberConnect 2. It tells the story of a group of children who embark on a journey to rescue their families from an evil empire. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world and features unique gameplay mechanics, including the ability to customize your tank and engage in rhythm-based combat. The game's narrative is emotional and engaging, with characters that are easy to connect with. The art style and music are also noteworthy, creating a charming and immersive atmosphere. The turn-based combat system is well designed and requires careful planning and strategic thinking. However, the game does have some flaws. The pacing can be slow at times, and the difficulty curve can be steep, which may discourage some players. The game also suffers from some technical issues, including long loading times and occasional glitches. Overall, Fuga Melodies of Steel is a solid RPG with a unique setting and engaging story. While it has some flaws, it is still worth playing for fans of the genre. Next is Raiden IV MIKADO Remix. Raiden IV MIKADO Remix is a classic shoot-'em-up game developed by Moss Corporation Limited and published by UFO Interactive Games. The game is a high-definition remaster of Raiden IV, featuring new game modes and updated graphics. The game features various ships, each with their own unique weapons and abilities. The game is set in a futuristic world where players fight off hordes of enemies in order to save humanity from destruction. The game's graphics are visually stunning and the gameplay is fast-paced and challenging. The game also also features a new MIKADO remix mode, which allows players to play through the game with special rules and restrictions. The new mode adds a fresh twist to the classic gameplay and provides a new challenge for veteran players. The game also features a co-op mode, which allows two players to play together and take on the enemy hordes together. Overall, Raiden IV MIKADO Remix is a great addition to the classic shoot-'em-up genre, offering players challenging gameplay, updated graphics, and the new game modes to keep them engaged. Child of Light Ultimate Edition. Child of Light Ultimate Edition is an enchanting RPG that combines stunning visuals with a mesmerizing soundtrack. The game tells the story of Aurora, a young girl who finds herself in the mysterious world of Lemuria. With her trusty companion Igniculus, she must navigate the dangers of their world and bring back the stolen sun, moon, and stars. The game's visuals are a true masterpiece, with hand-painted backgrounds and character designs that are reminiscent of a children's book. The combat system is a unique blend of turn-based and real-time, where the player must strategize their attacks and defenses in real time while managing their action points. The Ultimate Edition also includes all the DLCs, providing players with additional quests, characters, and items. The game also features a cooperative multiplayer mode, where players can take control of Aurora and Igniculus simultaneously and explore the world of Lemuria together. Child of Light Ultimate Edition is a heartwarming and visually stunning adventure that is perfect for fans of RPGs and fairy tales. Next is Bug Fables, The Everlasting Sapling. Bug Fables The Everlasting Sapling is an indie role-playing game developed by Moonsprout Games. Set in the world of insects, the game follows three anthropomorphic bugs who set out on a quest to find the legendary Everlasting Sapling. Along the way, they meet a colorful cast of characters and battle through challenging dungeons, solving puzzles and using their unique abilities to progress. Drawing inspiration from classic RPGs like Paper Mario and the Mario and Luigi series, Bug Fables offers a charming world filled with humor, heart, and nostalgia. The turn-based combat system is easy to pick up but offers enough depth to keep things interesting. The game also features a cooking system, where players can gather ingredients and create dishes that provide various buffs and benefits. With its charming art style, lovable characters, and engaging gameplay, Bug Fables The Everlasting Sapling is a must-play for fans of classic RPGs and newcomers alike. The Ultimate Edition includes all previously released DLC, and added features like new difficulty options and a theater mode to rewatch cutscenes. Next up, Prodeus. Prodeus is a retro first-person shooter that pays homage to classic titles like Doom and Quake. Developed by Bounding Box Software and published by Humble Games, the game features fast-paced gameplay, challenging enemies, and plenty of gore. Players take on the role of a cyborg warrior as they blast their way through levels filled with hordes of monsters. The game features a variety of weapons from shotguns and machine guns to rocket launchers and plasma rifles, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. One of the standout features of Prodeus is its level editor, which allows players to create their own custom levels and share them with the community. The game also features a score attack mode where players can compete for high scores on leaderboards. Overall, Prodeus is a solid first-person shooter that offers a fun and challenging experience for fans of the genre. The retro aesthetic and level editor adds to the game's replayability, making it a great choice for fans of classic shooters. Next up is Horace. Horace is a charming platformer game developed by Paul Hellman and Sean Scapelhorn and published by 505 Games. In this game, you play as the titular character, a small robot who must navigate through various levels, defeat enemies, and solve puzzles to uncover the story of his life. The game features beautiful pixel art graphics and a touching story that explores themes of loss, love, and redemption. The gameplay is challenging but rewarding, and the controls are tight and responsive, making it a joy to play. Horace also features a variety of minigames and side quests that add to the overall experience. The music is also exceptional, with a memorable and emotional soundtrack that complements the story and gameplay perfectly. Overall, Horace is a fantastic game that is well worth your time. It's a perfect blend of platforming action and emotional storytelling, and it's sure to leave a lasting impression on you long after you've completed it. Assassin's Creed The Rebel Collection. Assassin's Creed The Rebel Collection is a bundle that includes two popular games in the Assassin's Creed franchise, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Rogue. Both games are set in the 18th century and follow the story of a protagonist who is a pirate and an assassin respectively. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag takes place in the Caribbean, where players control Edward Kenway, a pirate who gets caught up in the conflict between the assassins and the Templars. The game features naval combat and exploration, as well as an open world filled with secrets to discover. Assassin's Creed Rogue takes place in North America and follows the story of Shay Patrick Cormac, an assassin turned Templar. The game features similar gameplay mechanics to Black Flag, including naval combat and exploration. The Rebel Collection includes all DLC for both games, as well as additional features such as touch controls and motion aiming for the Nintendo Switch. Overall, it's a great value for fans of the Assassin's Creed series who want to experience two beloved games on the go. Now I have some exciting news to share with you all. According to my analytics, 88% of you who have watched my videos are not subscribed to my channel yet. Can you believe that? That's a huge number of viewers who are missing out on all the new content I have in store. I understand that there's a lot of great content out there, but I promise you won't regret subscribing to my channel. From gameplay highlights to in-depth reviews, I bring you the latest and greatest on the Nintendo Switch scene. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and become a part of this amazing community. I'll be sure to keep the content coming and I can't wait to see what you think of it. Next on the list is Dodgeball Academia. Dodgeball Academia is an action sport game developed by Pocket Trap and published by Humble Games. The game combines elements of RPGs and sports games, allowing players to experience a unique take on dodgeball. The game features a story-driven campaign where players take on the role of Otto, a student at the Dodgeball Academy, as he battles through various challenges and opponents to become the ultimate dodgeball champion. The game's core gameplay revolves around dodgeball battles, where players can use a variety of moves, strategies, and special abilities to defeat their enemies. As players progress through the game, they can also unlock new characters and upgrade their existing ones, further enhancing their abilities and unlocking new gameplay options. Dodgeball Academia features colorful and vibrant visuals, a catchy soundtrack, and a unique cast of characters, each with their own personalities and abilities. With its engaging gameplay and charming presentation, Dodgeball Academia is a fun and entertaining sports game that offers a unique and refreshing take on the genre. Next up is Unpacking. Unpacking is a calming puzzle game developed by Witchbeam. The objective of the game is to unpack a series of boxes and arrange their contents in a meaningful way in different rooms. As the player progresses through the game, they unlock more rooms and items to unpack, from childhood mementos to books, kitchenware, and electronics. Unpacking's visuals are minimalistic yet charming, and the game's soothing music adds to the relaxing atmosphere. The game also features a diverse cast of characters, including a student moving to a new dorm, a couple moving in together, and an older woman downsizing her home. Despite its simple premise, Unpacking offers a surprising amount of depth and emotional resonance. The player's choices in how to unpack and arrange the items in each room can reflect the characters' personalities, past experiences, and future aspirations. Overall, Unpacking is a lovely and immersive experience that offers a welcome respite from the stresses of daily life. Astalon, Tears of the Earth. Astalon, Tears of the Earth is a retro-style action platformer developed by Labsworks and published by Dangan Entertainment. The game follows a group of 3 heroes as they explore the depths of a mysterious tower to defeat the evil titans and save humanity. Players must use each character's unique abilities to solve puzzles, defeat enemies, and progress through the tower's various levels. The game also features a robust upgrade system allowing players to enhance their characters' abilities and equipment. Astalon, Tears of the Earth's pixel art graphics and chiptune soundtrack capture the essence of the classic 8-bit games while delivering modern gameplay mechanics and design. The game also features a compelling story that unfolds as players progress through the tower and interact with various NPCs. Overall, Astalon, Tears of the Earth is a must-play for fans of retro-style game and action platformers. Its challenging gameplay, engaging story, and nostalgic aesthetic make for a memorable gaming experience. Next is the Red Strings Club. The Red Strings Club is a narrative-driven cyberpunk adventure game developed by Deconstruct Team and published by Devolver Digital. In the game, players take on the role of a bartender named Donovan, who must use his skills to manipulate his customers into revealing information that will help him uncover a sinister conspiracy. The game's unique gameplay mechanics, including mixing drinks and crafting implants that can be used to manipulate the emotions and thoughts of Donovan's customers. As players progress through the game, they must navigate moral dilemmas and make difficult choices that will ultimately determine the fate of the city. The game's hand-drawn pixel art and atmospheric soundtrack help to create an immersive cyberpunk world that is both visually stunning and thematically engaging. The narrative is complex and thought-provoking, exploring themes of identity, consciousness, and the role of technology in society. Overall, the Red Strings Club is a must-play for fans of narrative-driven adventure games and cyberpunk fiction. Next up is Loop Hero. Loop Hero is an indie roguelike deck-building game developed by 4 Quarters and published by Devolver Digital. It takes place in a world that has been shrouded in eternal darkness by the Lich, and it's up to the player to restore the world to its former state. The game gameplay is centered around constructing a path for the player's heroes to travel through and placing cards on that path to create various environments and obstacles. The hero will encounter monsters and bosses that drop loot and cards that can be used to improve the deck, unlock new classes, and enhance the overall experience. Loop Hero's pixelated graphics and retro-inspired music create a nostalgic atmosphere that complements the game's unique gameplay mechanics. The game also features a complex story that unfolds as the player progresses through the game, giving a sense of purpose to the endless looping gameplay. Loop Hero's innovative gameplay and well-crafted atmosphere make it a must-play for fans of deck building and roguelike games. Its addictive gameplay and rewarding progression system will keep players coming back for more. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is a critically acclaimed role-playing game developed by Larian Studios and released in 2017. The game is the sequel to the original Divinity Original Sin, and it takes place centuries after its events in a world where source magic has been outlawed. The player controls a party of characters who are sorcerers, people with ability to wield source magic, and they must navigate a complex story of politics, intrigue, and betrayal. The game is known for its deep and immersive gameplay, with a vast world to explore, engaging characters to meet, and a complex combat system that rewards strategy and planning. Players can choose from a variety of character classes and builds, each with their own unique abilities and playstyles. The game also features a robust multiplayer mode that allows players to team up with friends and explore the game world together. Overall, Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is a must-play game for RPG fans, with its engaging story, immersive world, and deep gameplay mechanics. Next is Puyo Puyo Tetris. Puyo Puyo Tetris is a puzzle game developed and published by Sega. The game combines the gameplay of the classic puzzle games Puyo Puyo and Tetris, allowing players to switch between the two styles of play at will. The game features several modes, including Adventure Mode, where players progress through a story with a variety of challenges, and Versus Mode, where players can compete against each other. The game mechanics are easy to pick up but difficult to master, offering a fun and challenging experience for players of all skill levels. The game also features colorful graphics and a playful soundtrack that adds to the overall experience. Puyo Puyo Tetris has received positive reviews for its fun and addictive gameplay, as well as its presentation and polish. The game is considered a great entry point for newcomers to the puzzle genre, as well as a satisfying challenge for experienced players. Overall, Puyo Puyo Tetris is a well-crafted puzzle game that offers hours of fun and challenge. Next up is Underhero. Underhero is a charming and unique RPG that follows the journey of a lowly henchman who becomes the unlikely hero tasked with saving the world. The game's pixel art visuals and quirky humor create an immersive experience that is sure to delight fans of the genre. The combat system is a unique blend of turn-based and real-time mechanics, providing a fresh take on traditional RPG battles. The soundtrack is also noteworthy, featuring a variety of catchy tunes that set the mood for each area. The story is engaging and well-written, with a cast of characters that are both memorable and endearing. Players will enjoy exploring the vibrant and detailed world of Underhero, which is filled with secrets, puzzles, and challenging boss battles. The game's length is just right, with a satisfying conclusion that wraps up the story nicely. Overall, Underhero is a must-play for fans of retro-style RPGs. Its charming visuals, unique combat system, and engaging story make it a standout title in the genre. Next on the list is Signs of the Sojourner. Signs of the Sojourner is a unique narrative-driven game that revolves around communicating with people through a card game mechanic. Players take on the role of a shopkeeper's son who must travel across the country collecting and selling wares. To do so, they must navigate through a series of conversations with people they meet, and these conversations are carried out using a card game mechanic. The game's central theme is communication and the difficulties that arise when people from different cultures and backgrounds try to connect. The player's deck of cards represents their personality, and by using them in conversations, they can create new relationships or destroy existing ones. The game has a branching narrative, meaning that the player's choices can alter the story's outcome significantly. The game's art style is charming and colorful, and the soundtrack fits the game's narrative perfectly. Overall, Signs of the Sojourner is an interesting and thought-provoking game that encourages players to think about the nuances of communication and human relationships. Next is Dawn of the Monsters. Dawn of the Monsters is a side-scrolling beat-em-up game that allows players to control giant monsters and mechas in a kaiju and tokusatsu-style world. Developed by 13AM Games and published by WayForward, the game offers a unique and rewarding experience that is best enjoyed in couch co-op mode. Players can choose from different playable monsters and mechas, each with unique strengths, weaknesses, and abilities. The game features satisfying brawling action and visual visceral executions that allow players to uproot buildings and smack enemies around with them. The game also has an extensive customization system that allows players to enhance their monsters and mechas with special skills and augments. While the game can be repetitive at times, the extensive lore and story make it a more than worthy offering, with higher ranks unlocking new skins and upgrades from the in-game shop. Overall, Dawn of the Monsters is a fun and enjoyable game that offers a unique and rewarding experience for fans of kaiju and tokusatsu style games. Next on the list is Vitamin Connection. Vitamin Connection is a charming and unique co-op game that offers a fun and engaging experience for players of all ages. The game puts players in control of a small vehicle called the Vitamin Ship as they explore colorful and vibrant environments and battle against various enemies. The gameplay is centered around a unique control scheme that requires both players to work together to move the ship and fire its weapons. Each player controls one half of the ship, and they must coordinate their movements and attacks to overcome obstacles and defeat bosses. The game also features a quirky and light-hearted story that is told through charming cutscenes and dialogue between the two main characters. The story is simple but engaging, and it adds a fun and enjoyable element to the game. Overall, Vitamin Connection is a delightful co-op game that is perfect for anyone looking for a fun and engaging experience with a friend or family member. The unique control scheme and charming story make it a standout title in the Nintendo Switch library. Next is ElecHead. ElecHead is a puzzle platformer developed by Nama Takahashi, the creator of Battleon. The game puts players in a world of isolation where they have to rely on themselves and their head, which is a source of electricity, to complete platforming challenges. As players progress, they gain the ability to throw their own head, which turns the simple puzzle platformer into a satisfying and deep puzzler. The puzzles are easy enough to avoid frustrations but tricky enough to provide a sense of accomplishment once completed. The game also introduces new mechanics that require players to rethink what they know about the game, and the puzzles can span multiple screens, making players think outside the box. The game's two-tone pixel art is charming, and the chiptune soundtrack by Tsuyomi perfectly captures the isolated atmosphere. The game's length is around 2 hours, but it makes the most of every second, and the inclusion of collectibles adds replayability. The finale is particularly impressive, showcasing one of the most impressive puzzles in this style of game. BLAZBLUE Central Fiction Special Edition. BLAZBLUE Central Fiction Special Edition is an enhanced version of the popular fighting game BLAZBLUE Central Fiction. This edition includes all previously released downloadable content, making it the definitive version of the game. The gameplay of BLAZBLUE Central Fiction Special Edition is fast-paced and complex, with a variety of different characters to choose from, each with their own unique playstyle. The game features a story mode with a branching narrative, as well as various other modes such as arcade mode and survival mode. The online multiplayer is smooth and enjoyable, and there is a healthy competitive scene for those looking to test their skills against other players. Overall, BLAZBLUE Central Fiction Special Edition is an excellent fighting game that is well worth the investment for fans of the genre. With its deep gameplay, engaging story mode, and beautiful presentation, it is sure to provide hours of entertainment for both casual and competitive players alike. Next up is Valkyria Chronicles. Valkyria Chronicles is a tactical role-playing game set in a fictional world based on Europe during World War II. The game follows the story of Squad 7, a group of soldiers in the small country of Gallia as they fight against the invading forces of the Empire. The game features a unique blend of turn-based strategy and real-time action, allowing players to control their units in a variety of ways. The gameplay of Valkyria Chronicles is divided into two parts: the turn-based combat mode and the real-time action mode. In the command mode, players move their units across a map and choose actions for them, such as attacking or taking cover. Once a unit has been selected, the game switches to the real-time action mode, where players can control the unit directly to aim and fire at enemies. Overall, Valkyria Chronicles is a well-crafted tactical RPG with a unique blend of turn-based strategy and real-time action. With engaging gameplay, an intriguing story, and impressive graphics and music, it's a game that's sure to appeal to fans of the genre. And last but not the least, Huntdown. Huntdown is an impressive 2D action game with classic pixel graphics that immerses players in a retro-futuristic world of crime and corruption. The game puts players in the shoes of a mercenary hired to eliminate the criminal gangs that have taken over the city. The gameplay is fast-paced and intense, with players using a variety of weapons and tactics to take down enemies and complete objectives. The game features a wide range of enemies, from low-level thugs to heavily armed bosses, and the level design is well-crafted, with plenty of hidden areas and secrets to discover. The controls are tight and responsive, and the difficulty is challenging without being frustrating. The game also features a fantastic soundtrack that perfectly complements the action on screen. Overall, Huntdown is an excellent example of a modern 2D action game that captures the spirit of classic arcade games while also adding its own unique twist and innovations. We hope you enjoyed this video featuring some of the hottest deals available on the Nintendo Switch Eshop. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more great gaming content. Thanks for tuning in and we'll see you in the next one. Peace!